It's really hard to know where to begin. But I just lost somebody who meant so much to me. I can't even get the words out. 2 months ago, I met somebody so beautiful. By complete accident. He just walked into my work. He walked into the shop where I read tarot. And it has tea shop in the name, but it's really not much of a tea shop. It has a couple, like, mixes, but they don't really, like, serve you tea there. And that's what he was looking for. He came in asking about it, because he's from Austin, and he's been looking for a good tea place like they have over there. And I told him to talk to my boss, and he stayed talking with her for hours. Almost, I don't know. And then he was in such a rush to get out, and I didn't get to talk to him again. So I went to my boss, and I told him that I thought that he was cute. And she gave me his Instagram. And all I did was follow him, but he texted me the next morning. And then he asked me to see a rocket launch with him. And then we spent some time at the beach. And then we did mushrooms together. And we healed together. He healed me. And I hope I was able to heal him. But it wasn't enough. He went through so much his whole life, and he was in so much pain. He had really bad arthritis at 24, and he was in so much pain, and I tried to help him. I learned that I was good at massages because I would give him them, and he was just so grateful. And he gave me the first good massage I have ever received in my whole life. Because I'm also in so much pain all the time. And I can't imagine the type of pain he had to go through to decide he didn't want to keep going. I couldn't be there for him. He didn't let me be, and I couldn't. I told him not to call me during the week because I would be working. And I didn't have my phone. It's not that I didn't want to talk to him, it's that I couldn't talk to him. I wasn't allowed to. Where I work, they take away our phones. And I could have just very few conversations with him. And so basically all my time that I've had with him has been so little. And I really loved spending time with him. I loved him. I loved him. Every time I was with him, everything felt magical. It felt meaningful. It felt so special, and it really did change me forever. He changed me forever. Because I had to do so much to stop I had to do so much to stop being afraid of love, of being loved, of being held. And I had to trust. I had to work through my fears. And I got so close. I was so close to really letting him in. I wish he just waited. I wish he let me spend more time with him. If he would have just waited, I was almost done with camp. I was just a couple days away from being done with camp. We would have had more time. It's not fair. Everybody I love leaves me. There was so much we were supposed to do. I wanted to marry him. I imagined a whole life for us. He promised me so much. When I had when I had sort of like ended things with him, which wasn't really an end because we kept seeing each other and telling each other I love you, and but like he said, when we took a step back, he told me that he wasn't worried because he knew I was gonna come back to him. And I really was. And I never left. I never left. I just hope that it wasn't my fault. He ended it. He ended his life in the worst way possible. He's not here anymore. I can't talk to him anymore. I can't see him anymore. I can't feel him anymore. He won't hug me anymore. We had such a good time on Saturday. I finally spoke up about something that had been bothering me, and he was just so quick to change, so quick to correct himself. And I told him that he didn't let me talk. And then I tried to tell him things that are important to me. But he just speaks over me. And he said he was proud of me. He said he was proud of me for standing up for myself. And he held me in his lap. And I cried on his shoulder because he really listened. He really tried to be good. He really tried to be better. But he was in so much pain, and I wish I was there. I wish I could have stopped him. And that night, he held me in his arms and he said, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for bringing her into my life." And he started praying for us. And then he asked me if I had anything to add. And I was gonna say no, because I don't like praying out loud. But I just felt compelled to, and I did. And I prayed for us. I prayed that we would heal. I prayed that we would heal. And that we would understand each other. And that we would love each other. That we would grow together. I prayed for God to be the center of our relationship. And he left too soon. He left too soon. I've learned so much and conquered so much in the past 2 months with him than I ever have, and I've felt more loved than I ever have. He gave me the love that I needed. I really needed it. I prayed for it. I think we prayed for each other, and God put us in each other's life. And maybe he wasn't supposed to be the one forever, but he was definitely the one then. And he still is. I wish I was sure before he died. I wish I gave him that reassurance that I knew he was the one. But I was so scared. I was so scared. And he still loved me so much. And I'm scared I'm never gonna feel that again. He left me alone again. Can't believe it. I feel like I have to post it. Let yourself cry. Let yourself lose it. Let yourself feel things fully. Stop running from the pain. Stop running from the pain, and you just have to embrace it, and then it will leave. It will leave. I promise you. It will leave. I wish he had more faith, because I so believed that he could heal, that he wouldn't feel any pain anymore, and we would be able to live our lives together and raise our children and build our house. I thought he was gonna be my happily ever after. I was thinking about how there was a lot of things that I wanted to share with him that I didn't get to share. For one, I've been taking care of a nonverbal kid. And I got him to say a word today. Or not today. I got him to say a word yesterday. And I could hear him just say, "You're such a badass." He would always tell me that. For the simplest of things. He made me feel like I was so special. And he would have definitely said it. I saved a bat. I saved a bat last week. He had a hurt wing and he was breathing so heavily from heat exhaustion. And so I got him on a piece of paper. I pushed him in the middle and carried him to a table. And it's crazy because there's never water bottles there. But there was water bottles that day. And I opened one and I started dripping water into his little mouth. And he instantly comes alive and sticks out his little tongue. And I give him more water and he starts trying to turn over on his belly. And I help him and he crawls. And I catch him before he falls off the table. And I move him to the floor. And he just stays on the paper, gripping onto it, and just sleeps. And he just goes to sleep. And when crew came to pick him up, they put him in the woods away from the kids. The wildlife manager said that by the time she went back to give it something, it was dead. I tried to save him. I tried to save him. But he just wanted to sleep. And I said, "This is some kind of omen." And he's gone. He's gone now. there's this memory I keep remembering, and I think it's one that I'll remember forever. He wanted to go out into nature, and he asked me where I wanted to go, and I told him a certain park, and he was like, what do you feel about going to Laguna Vista? And there was a national park there, and I said yeah, because I've never been there, and I was like, what if this is where he kills me? But I still went, and we were walking in the trails, and he goes with me off trail. I love doing that, and everybody thinks I'm weird for it, but I always find the coolest things when I do that. And so we go and we're walking, and it's like this dried up riverbed, and there was a bunch of stale shells. They were all dead or gone, I don't know. But we're walking along the riverbed, and we come upon this spider web, so we couldn't keep going. And I started walking back because I was getting eaten by mosquitoes, and I noticed that he's staying behind, and I'm like, what is he doing? Like, we're getting eaten out here. And I go up to him, and he had grabbed a mosquito off of him and threw it at a spider web. And I watched as he did too. I watched as the spider like starts pulling on his web to bring the mosquito closer, and then he starts wrapping around the mosquito, and then from where he's at he starts pulling to get the other mosquito, and he brings it to the center, and he starts wrapping the web around that mosquito and along with the other mosquito. And me and him were just so fascinated by it, just watching it, and I loved every second of that, and I wouldn't have experienced or seen that if he hadn't been so curious. And so then I did it, and I saw it do it again, and now I'm gonna do it every time I get the opportunity, and I'm gonna think of him. He was just as childlike as I am, if not more. And I admired it so much. I loved when he climbed trees. And I love that he liked to grow things just to see what it does. He grew a garden in his backyard, and it's so overgrown. It went everywhere. And he grew mushrooms, and he made so many, and he did so good, and they're very strong. And he did all the things that I wanted to do, but I was always just too tired or too distracted. But he did it. He was so smart. He was so smart, and I learned so much from him. He taught me how to fix a part of a motor. He was so good with his hands. He knew so much. I'm never gonna hear one of his rants again. One of his rants that I barely understood, but I wanted to hear him anyways. I loved him so much. And we were writing in our journals together. And I was supposed to read it. I was supposed to read his. He said he wrote about me. I don't want to read it. And I want his mushrooms. I want to do them, and I want to think of him. I want to feel him. I don't feel him. I don't know. It's not the same. It's not the same. I'm so mad. Why couldn't he wait? Why couldn't he wait? We were supposed to be together. I don't know if anybody will love me the same way ever again. It was pure devotion. He would have done anything for me except stay. He must have been in so much pain. I wish I was there. I wish I was there. His name was Elijah. His favorite color was yellow. He loved animals and kids. He loved figuring out things worked. He loved fixing things. He was so good at fixing things. He was so good at fixing things. Every time we would have a problem, he'd always know exactly what to say. That gave me reassurance. He had better words than I did. He was so good at loving me. He was so good at loving. He was so good at loving. He was so special. He only lives in my head now. I wish we danced more. I wish we had more time. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. He gave me this. He gave me so much. He gave me so much. He made me feel like I deserved it. I always felt like such a burden to everybody, but he made me feel like I was worth taking care of. I don't want him to be gone. I don't want him to be gone. I don't want him to be gone. It's not fair. I can't say goodbye. I can't talk to him again. He would have loved to see me in this shirt. He made me feel like I was so beautiful. Even when I'm feeling insecure. And I thought he was so beautiful. I thought that from the first moment I saw him. I loved his freckles, I loved his eyes, I loved his hair, I loved his body, I loved his mind, I loved his heart, I loved his soul. Like, couldn't he wait? Oh my gosh. And I don't know what to do now. I don't want to cry anymore, but I don't want to stop thinking about him. I don't want to distract myself. But it hurts. It hurts so bad. I hate that I can't see him again. I'm trying my best to just think of him alive, but I keep picturing how he ended it. I wish I was there to talk him out of it. But that's why he didn't talk to me, because he knew I would. And I bet you he didn't talk to his best friend because he knew that he would talk him out of it. It's not fair. It's not fair. You know, he's forced me to have to let him go. I literally can't hold on to him anymore. have to keep going. And I have to be a badass. And I could hear him say, hell yeah. He would always say that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I wish things could be different. But I can't change anything. I can't do anything. I just wanna see him. I just want him to talk to me again. I just want somebody to say this is all fake. This is just a nightmare. I want to wake up. I don't want this to be real. I feel like it's not real. And I woke up today and I checked the messages and he's really gone. He's really gone. And he didn't say goodbye. I hope he doesn't feel any pain anymore, and I bet you he knows way more than me now about the universe and God. I hope the pain finished teaching him. That's what his bio says. Pain will leave once it's done teaching you. Pain will leave once it's done teaching you. I don't have anything more to say. So I'm just gonna sit here in silence for a little bit. Silence for Elijah.